Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping into a problem that I know keeps so many of us up at night. How in the world do you get people to actually visit your website, like right now? Let's get into it.
So, you've done it. You've built the perfect website. It's beautiful, it's slick, but there's one tiny problem. It's empty. It feels a little like throwing a huge party and realizing you forgot to send out any invitations. That silence, it can be absolutely deafening. And that urgent need to just get some eyeballs on your hard work, well, it's a very real feeling. When it comes to getting website traffic, you're really looking at two totally different kinds of races. There's the long, steady marathon, and then there's the all-out, explosive sprint. And figuring out the difference between them, that is absolutely key. And this really breaks down the two core philosophies, right? On one hand, you have the marathon. Think search engine optimization, or SEO. It is super powerful, it builds this incredible, lasting foundation, but man, it takes time. We're talking months sometimes before you really see those results. But on the other side, you've got the sprint. And these are the tactics designed for one thing and one thing only, getting people to your site like today. And that's where we're going to focus first.
Okay, so how do we actually crank open that traffic tap and get an immediate flow of visitors coming our way? Let's dive into the toolkit and check out some of the absolute best strategies for that quick sprint. So the first and honestly the most direct path forward is paid advertising. I mean, at its core, you're just paying to put your website right in front of the exact people you want to see it at the perfect time. It's really the most reliable way to kind of jump to the front of the line. Now, the real magic here comes from two things: speed and targeting. You can use these massive platforms, you know the ones, Google, Facebook, Instagram, and you can have a campaign up and running sending people your way in a matter of days, not months, days. And the best part? You get to choose exactly who sees your ads based on, well, pretty much anything. Their interests, where they live, what they do online. It's incredibly powerful.
All right, next up, let's talk about creating a sense of urgency and really using the power of partnerships. This is all about giving people a reason they just have to visit your site right this second.
So here's how this plays out. You could run a limited time sale or offer a special discount, right? That ticking clock creates this really powerful sense of urgency. I gotta get this now. Another fantastic way to do this is to team up with a business that complements what you do. By creating some kind of joint offer together, you get to tap directly into their audience, bringing a whole rush of new, totally relevant visitors right to your doorstep.
Okay, let's get to our third instant tactic, creating a storm on social media. I love this one because when you get it right, it feels like setting off a firework, just this sudden, bright burst of attention. Contests and giveaways, I mean, they're a classic for a reason. They just work. People love a chance to win something for free, and they'll happily share your post to enter, which just makes your reach explode. And of course, you've got influencer marketing. A single sponsored post or even just a quick shout out from the right person can send a massive wave of their followers heading straight to your website. Now, all these tactics, they sound pretty amazing, don't they? It's like just turn on the traffic whenever you want. But there is a catch, and it is a big one. It's so important to understand the downside of living only in that sprint lane. The honest truth is, these instant methods are just like a faucet. As long as you're turning that handle, spending money on ads or pushing a promotion, that water, that traffic, it flows. But the second you stop, the flow just dries up. See, if you only rely on these methods, you create a dependency. You are constantly having to pay or to push just to keep people coming. It is not a system that can sustain itself. So what's the answer then? Do we just forget about the sprint and only focus on the marathon? No, not at all. The smartest strategy is actually to combine them to really get the best of both worlds. A lot of experts, like the team over at WebTex, really push for what we can call the hybrid model. And the idea is pretty simple. You use those quick, instant tactics to get that immediate traffic boost you need, but at the same time, you're working in the background on those long-term strategies that are going to build a steady, lasting flow of visitors for years to come. I mean, when you look at the two approaches side by side like this, the trade-off becomes crystal clear, doesn't it? Instant tactics, you get that immediate boost, but the traffic is temporary. The long-term strategy, that gives you a lasting flow, but it takes a while to build up. The conclusion here is pretty obvious. You don't choose one. You really need both. So here is your game plan. Step 1, start with the sprint. Use those instant tactics for that immediate boost. But, and this is the important part, at the exact same time, you start running the marathon. You start building that long-term foundation. That means you're focusing on things like SEO, creating valuable content, and by doing both of these things together, you create this powerful, sustainable traffic engine, one that doesn't just shut off the second you stop an ad campaign. And that really brings us to our final thought. Think about it like this. The tap, that instant traffic, is amazing for quenching your immediate thirst for visitors. But the reservoir, the one you build with a long-term strategy, that's what's going to ensure your survival. So the question I want to leave you with is, are you building both?